Hi, church family. My name is Heather McInerney, and I am so excited to bring to you our devotional for our passage that we read this morning or this evening, whenever you read it, Philippians 1 through 4. And I feel a little selfish because I got to have this passage. It's literally, this book of the Bible is one that I have read all the way through more times than any other book in the Bible. And I know it's only 4 chapters, but that makes it so easy to read in one setting. And the book of Philippians, it's like an old friend. It's like a dear friend to me. It's been so near to my journey. And so I just wanted to share 4 different ways that the book of Philippians has ministered to me in different times of my life. And I hope that this is encouraging to you wherever you are in your journey. I remember as a high school student, probably like many, Philippians 4:13 was a verse that really stuck out to me and that I claimed many times in my life as kind of my verse. And of course, that one is, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And of course, as a teenager, I didn't understand the depth and the desperation of Paul's cry when he was saying those words. His all things that he could do through Christ's strength was including imprisonment and shipwreck and beatings, persecutions for the sake of Christ, hunger. And so his life definitely is one that shows us that no matter where we are, as he would say, whether well-fed or hungry, in plenty or in want, we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. But even though I didn't understand the fullness of that, in my little teenage life, the struggles of the day, track meets, difficulties with friends, my parents going through a divorce, that verse got me through, and that was a truth that I clung to, and I truly felt the strength of God carrying me through. And then later in my 20s, the chapter 3 in the book of Philippians became so close to my heart, and I was able to see Paul's testimony really in chapter 3, that he tells us he was from this great family, the tribe of Benjamin. He was a Jew of all Jews. He had done all the good works, all the righteous acts, but that all of those things are considered nothing. They're rubbish to him compared to knowing Jesus as his Lord. And really, Philippians 3, 7 through 10 became what I would probably say my life mission. Like I said, I was in my 20s when I stumbled upon that chapter, and I read it over and over again and really wanted and pray that it has soaked into my very heart, that he says, I want to know Christ and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of sharing in his sufferings, becoming like him, even in his death. And, that was Paul's mission statement. And he says that on the heels of saying, I've known all these things, all the good things that life has to offer, and I can tell you that none of them compared to knowing Christ and making him known to other people. What a wonderful mission in life. What wonderful words that we can adopt in our life today as well. And then Philippians has really carried me through some hard times. There was a season a couple years ago of unexpected anxiety. It literally came out of nowhere, and my thoughts were very troubled. I was struggling with fear. And Philippians 4, oh my goodness, if you haven't soaked in that chapter, do it today. Do yourself a favor. My Bible actually has as a little subheading, the cure for anxiety. But Paul encourages us there and says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God that passes all understanding will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. And I'm telling you, that was what I needed. And this wasn't a read it one time and you're done. This was a daily, sometimes hourly, going back to that word. And instead of rehearsing what I was worried about, giving that to the Lord and rehearsing things that I could be thankful for, rehearsing the things that bring me peace. He goes on in Philippians 4 to tell us what those thoughts should be. And this is a common passage, but in Philippians 4:8, whatever is true, whatever is right, whatever is noble, excellent, praiseworthy, lovely, think about those things. And so really, Paul's showing us here how we can renew our mind and make our minds obedient to Christ. It's taking out those negative, anxious, worrisome, fearful, dreadful thoughts, and it's putting in those things that are true and lovely and right. And like I said, this is a daily practice that we can do, but if we do that, God will cover us in his peace, and our thoughts will become more Christ-like and less worrisome and anxious. And he does fill us with a peace that passes all understanding. It is only through him that we can have that kind of peace. And today, no matter what you're going through, I hope and pray that the book of Philippians has encouraged you, that the life of Paul is encouraging to you. And I want to leave you with one final word of encouragement. when our children were born, our first one was born, Garrick and I really prayed over what could be our family's life verse or our family's motto. And we settled upon Philippians 2:15. And so I want to share that verse with you as well, church family. And I feel like it's very timely words because it says, "Do everything without complaining or grumbling, so that you may be children of God, pure and blameless, among a crooked and depraved generation, in which you will shine like stars in the universe, as you hold on to the word of truth." And that's a lot of words, but in a nutshell, our family's motto is shine like a star, because as we hold on to the word of truth, we are a bright light in a dark world. And we certainly live in a time of a lot of arguing, a lot of foolish arguments and depravity. But as children of God, we are called to hold on to the word of truth. And so, like I've said to my children hundreds of times, I say to you, Council Road family, go out and shine like a star. And I hope to see you soon.